Hey, how is it going, PMPBeta? My name is CoolT, and today I bring you a OU match I had against somebody by the name of Parkjun1994 from the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. I don't really indulge too much into OU because I usually get destroyed. Let's be completely honest here. But in this game, I had a lot of fun with it. As you might have seen from the team preview, I am bringing a Sun team while my opponent is going to bring a Rain team. Now, me and my opponent here, we're going to go for kind of a weather war kind of thing going on. But anyways, let's indulge right into the match. I led off with my Ninetales because I do have a Sun team. If he led off with his Politoed, I could have acted accordingly, but he did lead off with his Latios. I did switch into Jirachi, knowing that I could take one of his special hits, and he went for the trick and tricked me a Choice Scarf. I went for the rocks in the switch as he brings in his Salamence. Now I am going to switch into my Reuniclus because I know, because I am physically defensive, I will be able to take this Salamence's physical hits very, very well. But here I'm going to go for the Psychic on the incoming Latios, or yeah, the Latios. The nickname kind of confused me there. It does quite a bit of damage, but here I do make a very, very foolish misplay. Thinking about it too, I'm not quite sure what I would have done. And also, I was kind of under the impression that I could have taken that Draco Meteor kind of well, but, ladies and gentlemen, that is a stab Draco Meteor from a Latios base 130 attack. I'm not running any special defense investment, so that is going to 1-hit KO me, no problem. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in my Victory Bell. The sun is up, so my Victory Bell will be able to, you know, benefit from it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder on the Fortress. The Fortress does come in here. I'm not quite sure why he didn't bring in his Politoed, because that would have stopped me right in my tracks. But nonetheless, I do put it to sleep, and now it is at the mercy of my Weather Ball. Victory Bell is kind of cool in the sun. He's not as good as Venusaur in my opinion because he's not as bulky. Yeah, he's a little bit more fragile, but he does have more of a competitive edge because he does have Weather Ball. I'm not going to say that Weather Ball, you know, makes it better than Venusaur, but, you know, they do have the same special attack, but whatever. So, in comes the Politoed. I know that he is probably, you know, a defensive Politoed. I'm kind of predicting that he is. So I'm predicting him to not carry the Ice Beam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it to sleep now that I killed off his Fortress, so I can put another Pokemon to sleep. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch into my Ninetales, but he actually does carry the Ice Beam. Good thing I did switch into my Ninetales when I did, because that, you know, saved my ass from, or my Victory Bell's ass from getting, you know, frozen and whatnot. So I'm going to bring in my Ninetales now. I know that he can't do anything to me because, you know, the sun is up and I resist the Ice Beam. Yeah, so I go for the Dark Pulse as he does switch into his Salamence. I was kind of predicting his Latios to come in, so I went for the Dark Pulse there. But anyways, it would have been nice to have, you know, Reuniclus here because he does go for the Outrage. Thankfully he does go for the Outrage though in my Jirachi because my Jirachi does resist. He would have went for the Earthquake there, which in my opinion was a better play because a lot of my team is weak to ground. So yeah, so I'm going to go for the Body Slam. I am Choice Scarf, so I will be able to outspeed. I did get the Paralyzed, but it didn't really matter anyway because I was faster than him. Actually, no, I wasn't. He was Scarf. What am I talking about? My bad. Sorry, guys. Anyways, in comes his Politoed. Now, I'm just going to go for another Body Slam because I don't mind if I get killed off here. I really don't. And I'm kind of hoping that he does kill me off. But Scald, even in the rain, fails to take out my specially defensive Jirachi. Not really mattering anyway because I'm just trying to get as much damage on this thing as possible, so I can bring in my Ninetales. I do believe that's what I do. But anyways, he's gonna go for the Protect there, which in my opinion is a pretty good play because he does want to keep his Politoed alive because he knows that if I get my Sun up for the remainder of the game, that my team probably will be able to crush his team, because my team is very, offensive when it comes to benefiting in the sun. But if the opponent brings a Politoed or a Tyranitar, which is a 9 times out of 10 the case, then this team kind of falls apart. But I am able to find ways around it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to switch into my Victory Bell. Not sure what he was predicting. I guess he was predicting Sleep Powder, which is what I do go for, but unfortunately I do miss. Now here comes a series of plays where my Victory Bell apparently goes blind or something like that, because I go for the Sleep Powder again. Unfortunately do miss. He is running a Calm Mindset, which is kind of scaring me in a way, but at the same time I do have physical threats like my Victini and my Infernape, which can easily, deal with this thing. But he goes for the Water Pulse, which I do admit looks very, very cool in Black 2, White 2, or Black and White 2, whatever. He goes for the Water Pulse, does get the Confusion, but I am able to break out of the Confusion and hit the Sleep Powder, so a little bit of a hacks redemption there. But nonetheless, I am going to, I think, go for the Weather Ball, I forget what I go for. I think I go for the Growth. Yeah, because this is a complete, it's the same set that most people carry on, Venusaur. But anyways, so I do go for the Growth, as he does bring in his Politoed now, because he set the rain back up. I'm only going to get a +1 in attack and a +1 in special attack, as opposed to +2 in both. So I really have no business staying in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back into my Ninetales. I don't remember what he goes for here. Okay, so he goes for the Ice Beam. Now I know I can take this very well, because Ninetales has a actually surprisingly good special bulk. And yeah, so I'm going to go for the Solar Beam. The sun is up, so it's only going to be a 1-turn Solar Beam, which is very nice. Not quite sure why he stayed in here, to be completely honest. I guess he's figuring that Scald will do a nice bit of damage, but he goes for the Ice Beam again. I'm not quite sure what he's predicting here. I'm really not. Maybe Victory Bell to come back in or something like that to resist the Scald, which I guess is a pretty good play. But now I am going to predict the Scald this time. Decide to go out to my Victory Bell. Now he decides he wants to switch out into his Latios. Now I 100% cannot stay on this thing, because I've already put Jirachi to sleep. Weather Ball and Solar Beam aren't going to be doing anything, because they're resisted and whatnot. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to actually switch into my Victini. This is actually a bulkier Victini. I'm running max HP, max attack, which is why I take this Draco Meteor pretty goddamn well. I'm actually impressed by Victini in that aspect. But, I am going to predict that he's going to bring in his Politoed to weaken my V-Create and to resist it. And also, I'm pretty sure from that kind of HP I would have been able to take it out, because I am banded as well. But I decide I'm going to go for the Fusion Bolt. And my prediction does pay off very, very well, as he does switch into his Politoed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have officially won the Weather War. Now, what am I going to do? So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm actually going to go for the Fusion Bolt again, predicting him to want to kill me off. But he actually shows me he has a Recover, which is not something I was really expecting to see off a Scarfed Latios with Trick. But yeah, he does indeed carry it. I guess he's running, I don't know, Dual Stab with Recover and Trick, I guess. Now he does decide to go for a Draco Meteor after my Fusion Bolt does quite literally nothing. But yeah, he does take me out. Now I find this a perfect opportunity to bring in my Ninetales. Of course I'm going to bring in my Ninetales. I'm not quite sure why I was pausing there. I can bring in my Ninetales now safely, because I know that Politoed is dead. I do have the beneficial, weather up. But I decide I'm going to go for the Fire Blast. He does bring in his Jirachi, I guess, as Death Fodder. I'm not quite sure the reasoning behind that. But nonetheless, he is asleep, so even if he woke up, I'm not quite sure what he would have done. I guess Water Pulse, but that really wouldn't do much. And plus, if my Ninetales were to go down there, I still have the Sun up. So either way, I do win there. So he does kill off or I do kill off his Jirachi. Now this is This is beneficial for me because now I can bring in my Victory Bell safely and go for a Sleep Powder and basically set up on any member of his team. So he does bring in his Latias. I guess he's running Surf as opposed to, you know, dual stab. He's running Draco Meteor, Surf, Recover, and Trick. Not quite sure about the Recover, but I guess it worked out for him. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go for the Sleep Powder on the Latios now that his Jirachi is asleep, or that it's killed. But unfortunately, I do miss. And that really sucks because Victory Bell was my main sweeper of this team. I kind of built this team around him. Well, it was supposed to be around a Venusaur, but I decided to bring Victory Bell along for this match. But anyways, guys, I'm going to bring in my Infernape. I'm running the Life Orb set as opposed to the Choice Bandage set, which means, unfortunately, I do not take out this Latios with the Flare Blitz, which is very disappointing. But he doesn't go for an attacking move. He actually goes for the Recover, which is actually amazing because I'm pretty sure that I can take him out based on the damage that I did before, and that is exactly what I proceed to do. Now, here I am forgetting what he has as his last Pokemon. I really am. But it turns out that he actually has the Gyarados, which was something that throughout this entire battle I forgot about. I guess he kind of bluffed the fact that he did have it, or something like that. I don't know if he was, you know, keeping it to the very end to sweep my entire team, which, you know, is probably the case. But I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz. I'm not going to take it out because I am intimidated and it's not very effective. So he is going to go for the Waterfall, take out my Infernape, and that is going to leave him with the very, very, very narrow 1-0, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to check out my channel. Its link will be in the description below. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it out of me. I will see you guys later. Bye.